Today we need to try and forge the greatest weapons possible to make ourselves rich. And to do that, we first need to mine the ore right out of the earth. Today we got some coal and some tin. Each of the different ores have different effects. Now we can just sell the weapons straight to the merchant, or we can try and do some of the challenge criteria like making a sword of fair quality with 20% speed. I don't even have any of the ore that can give me 20% speed, so that seems unlikely to happen. So we will instead drop some of this ore in and align it so we get an extra 3 damage out of it, because I believe the swords come with about 20 damage, so an extra 3 is more like 15% damage. And we can actually get increased weapon value if we can align some of these other slots, so that one falls out when we do that. Okay, it doesn't like double ores. Okay, that's fine. We're simply going to have a sword with the plus 3 extra damage. So we pull this down and it's going to drop that thing down into there. Now we pull this over here and it spits us out a glowing brick, which then runs along the conveyor that way. And this is where we can work on it. So we plop it up in here and it's hot right now. We have 12 strikes to try and make this what we want it to be. I'm not really sure how this works entirely yet, but I know if I just keep hitting it, we get better and better quality. I really don't, maybe, oh, you hit the ore and it spreads out a little bit. I think I get it. Sort of. And we got fair quality. I think this sword actually removes it too, so I could have actually beat that back in, because if you hold space, you see we're outside the lines a little bit. Anyways, we plop that down there and we've got ourselves our very first sword. Isn't it beautiful? We go ahead and pop that in our inventory. 26 damage is plenty. Now with the swords, we need to neutralize threats that pop up every day. They will increase the percentage that is shown, and if it gets to a total of 100%, we lose. To prevent that from happening, I need to arm one of these idiots with my sword. We'll take a gold sword because he has 1.26 strength, a ton of HP, very little dexterity. Don't know if that matters. We're going to go ahead and enlist him and then plop our mighty sword in his stupid hand and send him into battle to hopefully not die. But if we complete this, $131. So he'll probably be fine. He should hit pretty hard too. So far, it's a don't blink type battle. Wow, he is hitting really hard though. He two-shotted that thing. So I think I'm going to like this guy. He's not really quick physically or mentally, but he gets the job done. Now he's going to fight his clone. We turned the speed up. Oh, we easily defeated that. That's a good sign. So we have $131. I want to buy 1 copper ore today, and that should be enough for tomorrow because we've essentially done what we need to do for today. Let's call it a night. The next morning we've had some ore grow like it does overnight. So we'll go ahead and throw everything into our inventory. I can't wait to find some rare exotic stuff that has some cool effects. So in the shop, they want a fair great axe with 20% crit. Looks like we throw some tin in there and then we can throw something else as long as it's got the crit, like silver. We combine those two, I think there, and then we'll get this to 20% crit we want. We could still add 3 damage if we wanted to. I don't actually have anything that aligns with that. I also don't really want luck, so we're just going to spit it out just like that. I can put coal into the furnace, which moves this meter. I'm not really sure what that does yet, but we'll put this in so we got 12 hits to get this right. So we smack it there, it'll spread out. We smack it there, it'll spread out again. We'll do one in the center because that seems to make sense. We'll do one there. We could probably do that just a little more. We're at mediocre. We're at mediocre. Do we go up or down? We'll go up a little bit more. We're actually sort of really within the line, so I don't know what the game was complaining about here. I need to fill it more into like a corner, but our shape is so poor. There, we got fair. Was fair all we needed? I don't really remember. I mean, I could smack it there and try and take some of the edge out, which seems like a risk at this point. Okay, I want to see how this actually works. Or is this just a smaller hammer? Nope, that actually takes some away. So that's nice. We can't really get much better than that without breaking something. So that's fine. I've made worse things before. We're just going to give it a nice steam bath and there we go. One beautiful blue whatever. So I can actually sell this. It's a $40 axe. We're going to sell it for 150 plus a bunch of ore. But given that we've gotten lots of new threats to deal with today, we're going to need more sword. I wouldn't mind a sword with extra speed because speed, obviously we need to get those attacks going off to kill those enemies. We can also turn it so it's got extra damage, so it's going to be 20% speed, 10% damage. As long as we make a good one, this could be something good. So we got 12 strikes to make this everything it can be. So maybe we'll start in the center for once and work our way outwards. That actually makes a little bit more sense, doesn't it? Because then from there we can smack that twice. We'll put a few more up front to get it out there. Now we can use the removal hammer to take out some of that maybe. Okay, that didn't take out as much as I thought it would. Back to the other side. Mediocre, mediocre, fair. Just got it into fair. Perfect. Probably should have actually watched a tutorial on how to do that. but I'm getting pretty good at it regardless. So this one's at 25 damage, 1.3 strikes per hit. Given that I have $260, I think I actually want to upgrade the levels of these guys. Did that do anything? It didn't seem to yet. Maybe we have to re-roll. We can do that. Yeah, then now they're level 2 idiots, but we need a little more money, so let's just sell a singular ore. And now we got what we need to hire one. Just kidding, their price went up. So we're gonna have to sell one more ore we're gonna have to sell a few more ore. That's okay. We'll get some back probably. I kind of want the guy with whirlwind attack. He also has a lot of strength, so he's going to hit really hard. So we're going to bring both of them out. Whirlwind strike is going to get the faster striking sword, and the other guy, oh, they both have whirlwind strike. Perfect. Because we're going to put them both on the task at hand. We're going to fight that guy. We're also going to get a dwarven war axe in return. Well, a blueprint for it. We're maybe also going to get some ore as a reward. I didn't really see that part. But once these guys whirlwind, they should hit everyone. Wow, they're wrecking these guys. So that's a good sign. Yeah, so far this is good. And if I manage to make even better quality weapons, we'll be doing even better. That guy's got 350 HP. Although we're making him look kind of silly so far. So that's done. We got 1 copper and dwarven war axe, which has excellent speed but poor damage. But if we bring its damage up, that could be a good weapon. I think that's about all we're going to do for the day, so it's time to rest. First things first, we're going to pick up all of the ore that's down here and see what they want. They want a good quality sword with 10% damage. I don't know if I'm able to make such a thing. One thing I definitely do want to make is our new that thing, because if I could just add damage to that, it would be quite strong. So if I do this, it'll get +3 damage plus 10%. It's already got good speed, so we'll see what we can form with this. I'm going to add some coal to the forge to make sure things are getting adequately heated up. And our 12 strikes start now. This is a weird shape. Okay, we're going out there. We're going to go down there a little bit, down there a little bit. This thing's horrible. Why does it go backwards? We're going to try and refine it a little bit. Mediocre, fair. We got it to fair, fair. That actually turned out as not a bad shape overall. So that thing's damage is only 13. Its attack speed is 1, so it's actually slower than the sword somehow. So that thing's actually kind of garbage. We'll keep it anyway because it's going to be helpful. It's worth $60 to sell only. And we got several different battles that need to be taken care of today. For completing this one, we get a gladius sword, which actually looks pretty good. And it's only a 2-star difficulty to create. Now that I'm getting it figured out how to do all this, I think I want to try and make another sword with extra speed. And we're going to feed our hungry little forge lots of that. I still would like more than 12 hits, but that's okay because I think if we start in the center again, out we go, out we go, out we go. I think it maybe just heats this thing even more. So we got fair, up to fair is fine. It was probably getting closer to the next one. I think you just have to basically hit it and it sort of randomly will give you different effects. The important thing is I got another sword. That one is 23 damage and 1.32, so it's quite quick as well. I don't think I want to take on this until I get a third idiot, which we can't afford yet. So I will take on this one. It will give us 47 gold. So that's where our beautiful morons are going to come in. They're going to take our original 2 swords because I think they're probably the strongest. And I hope these 2 are up to the task. They were pretty good before. They hit really hard. That's why I wanted the extra attack speed. Their whirlwind attack should hit everyone. Oh, they made very short work of these guys. Okay, this was way overkill. So at the end of the day, I'm going to sell my dwarven war axe. I don't think I'm ever going to use that. That gave us $154, so I can hire idiot number 3 if I want to. I'm going to get the guy with the 148 strength. We're just going to have a pure strength build. I might send him in by himself to fight this one little place. A little worried about doing that. I think there's no need to push our luck today. We're going to sleep. We've got weapons. We're okay for now. Back to the mines the next morning, and we got a good variety of things so far. The quest today is to make an excellent dwarven war axe of $250. I want that money. I just don't think I can actually make one of these excellent. So I took a minute to actually figure out how this works, and I think we're going to try and do this. We need an excellent dwarven war axe with 3 damage. So that's easy enough. There's the 3 damage. We simply do our thing up to this point in the dwarven war axe, which is a difficulty 3. So the part I was missing before is I put coal in here to fill this thing up. I can actually go like this now to heat this up, and I get more hits out of it. So we could try 18 hits for now to see where that gets us, or we could try 21 because I'm stupid and not good at this anyway. So now I can hit this in all sorts of ridiculous shapes to try and get it to fill out. We still have lots of hits, and that's the beauty of heating it up this much. It's currently mediocre, it's fair, it's good. So if we press spacebar, we'll be able to see through it again to see where we've gone a little bit too far. So we'll try and reel it in a little bit here. I don't mind spending a little bit of resources to do this. It's getting colder for sure though. We're way out over here actually. Excellent. So I'm not actually going to mess with it anymore. Excellent is absolutely good enough for me. We're going to go ahead and see what kind of quality we get out of this now. But I do have more coal, so we could potentially make a really good sword as well. Alright, let's throw that in there. Look at that. 17 damage per hit, and it's very fast. It still seems like it sucks compared to the sword. But you know what? All that really matters is we can sell it for $250. We're rich. So now let's see what we can do about making a sword that's extra quick to put with my high strength guys. And we're going to give it an extra 10% damage as well. We should be able to get a pretty good quality sword. We'll reheat it more if we need to, but 21 hits should be enough. I'm still not sure if there's like actually a proper process to doing this part or not. There probably is, but you know, we'll figure that out one day. So we're currently at quality good. There's excellent. We're actually really close to within, maybe not right here so much. Okay, it's excellent. We could actually warm this up and go for more if we wanted to, but it's so close. Like, I don't know what more I would really do. So for now, that's going to be good enough, and that's going to be a definitely good weapon for my idiots. It's definitely less bent, so it's up to 36 damage. That's way more damage. All right, well, let's arm all of our guys. They're all about the same. They're actually quite similar at this point. Guy in the middle is up to 53 damage, depending on what sword we give him. We're probably going to sell the one garbage tier sword, so 53 damage from him is going to be big. So we'll take on this. We also get to unlock the Gladius, so we're ready to go with that. So we just get started. I feel like they're going to be good considering how much strength they have and a reasonable attack speed. So we definitely slaughtered that pig. Now for the rats, but they have whirlwind, so they destroyed them. 3 more rats, absolutely wrecked. And the 4th one apparently, oh yeah, 4 stages. So we got him, but I'm glad we had as many upgrades as we did, because we did not win by a great deal. I'm also going to upgrade so we can get a 4th seat here. I don't know if that actually means we can hire another one now that I look at it. Nope, sure doesn't. And there's not really a lot at the shop. I do want to sell my worst quality sword, which is this one. And now we got 3 swords because we have 3 idiots. And with that, we'll call it a day. We'll see what kind of new ore we have today and what kind of new tasks are ahead of us. So in the shop, he only wants a fair great axe for $150. We can absolutely do that. 20% crit. So we got all the pieces there. We're going to smelt it into a block. It only needs to be fair quality, so like I hardly need to do anything with this. Just to be sure, we'll put it up there. And fair quality coming up. We'll just start in the center there. We'll give it a few of those. Few of those. It's quality poor currently. There's mediocre. And there's fair already. So we'll drop that into our thing and back to the shop. He's got lots of coal for sale. We could potentially buy lots of coal and try and make something ridiculous. We are going to buy a few of those. Whatever at his boss. So now we got 17 coals. So should we need to make something better? We sure can. Given how much money we have, I do want to upgrade these guys and re-roll them. Because now we're going to get tier 3s. This guy's even got red armor on. Look at all that strength. So I think I'm going to hire him. And okay, that just automatically adds it to the list over here. Good to know. So I'm going to send in Helgrim's Star Sword with our best sword. And he's simply going to take out one of these little baby camps. He can hopefully deal with that by himself. But now I'm kind of getting nervous about that. You know what? We're going to send 2 of them in. And then we're going to send the other 2 into the other, presumably, baby camp. Because I've been wrong about these before. They can be a lot stronger than I think they're going to be. There's only 3 levels of this, so I think we're in pretty good shape. Even with 3 of them, as long as they have Whirlwind Strike, they're hitting everyone, so it's really no problem. And then the one big guy left, I'm pretty sure we're going to massacre him fairly readily. So then the other 2 can go in. We're going to give the best sword to our level 3 guy. 61 damage is definitely strong. And we're going to use that to try and take out this place. $173 if we manage to complete that. Hopefully we do, but these guys can be a lot stronger than we think. Okay, we absolutely wrecked them. And we're absolutely wrecking them. The guy at the back is definitely taking some damage. Okay, we need to kill this guy because I don't want to lose my swords. But I think we got this done. So there's a bit more money. We're going to buy just a little bit more coal. Because we're going to make another sword. And by sword, I mean the Gladius. It's got fair damage and fair speed. But given how slow our idiots are, we're going to need a little bit more of everything. So we're going to give an extra 10% damage if we can as well. Oh, look, that actually worked out. So it's a 3-way. It's 10% weapon value, 20% speed, 10% damage. But we're going to create something beautiful. We need to feed this thing definitely some coal. So it's all full, and we'll heat that up so we get a good at least 21 hits out of this, maybe more. I gave it 24 for good measure. I've also never built one of these swords before, so far so good actually. I'm pretty good at this one. Somehow it's still only poor quality, but now we're into fair. We've only got so much metal to go around apparently, so we'll start taking out some of these spots. We're up to good already. I want excellent at least though. Come on, where's the big spot we got to take out there? You happy with that? Okay, we just pushed it into excellent. I don't know what's beyond that. I'm scared to touch it anymore because I'm worried I'm going to knock it out of excellent, but this could be a very good sword. It definitely looks like it. So it's got 38 damage, 1.32 attack. So it's actually our best sword yet. So with that, we'll call it a day and see what kind of crap we need to make tomorrow. The mines weren't feeling particularly generous today, so I'm not going to have a lot of ore to work with today, but we'll hopefully have some money. They want me to make an excellent dwarven war axe. That's actually pretty hard to make, but I feel like that really is how we make our money, so we're just sort of going to have to do it. As long as I got a decent amount of coal, we're going to be perfectly fine, and I've got plenty of coal to go around. We'll give this one 21 hits to start with, because I've worked with less before. We got that happening again at the beginning. I got to make sure to hit the actual ore itself, and not anything that's not ore. And there we go, we got excellent already actually, so that's pretty good. So it's funny how these are supposed to be such good attack speed, but they're barely faster than my swords and way less damage, so that's an easy one to sell. Here you go, sir, enjoy your garbage. So now today we just have the one battle here. It's a level 2, so we really gotta beat this thing. I bought another copper so that as we can make another sword, we can do it with good damage and damage. We're getting so much coal, it would be really stupid not to make like masterwork weapons or whatever is beyond excellent. So we'll really go a little crazy with this one to see if we can get something better going. 27 hits to begin with. So far so good, that's almost perfect. Yep, so far so good. Mediocre, just a little bit more. It's already good, and we got 16 hits left. So we just really need to pick where we're taking the biggest bites out of this. Good quality. We got to good so quickly. Now there's excellent already. Wow, we could really actually refine this down a lot still. Okay, that didn't do it yet, so I'm going to drop it back here. We're going to feed this guy a little more coal so we can get some more hits. There's another... You know what? Why stop there? I want to see how good we can make this thing. 12. The problem is up front here, I really don't know how to get that part to behave. We're just going to hit anywhere there's even just a little bit of excess. And hopefully it upgrades the quality at some point. Doesn't look like it's going to. That's still the highest quality sword we've made. 38 damage, 1.1 speed, but it's got crit chats. And then today we gotta fight this thing. So in order to do that, we're gonna bring out all of our big guns. This guy's level 4 at this point, so he's gonna get our biggest, best sword. I think all of these guys have whirlwinds, so yeah, we're probably gonna make short work of things. Considering the quality of their swords, wow, those crits really hurt. I thought this would at least be something of a challenge, but we are absolutely wrecking these. This will be a better test, because these guys are better at AoE than single targets, but I guess that's where the crits also come in handy. Well, he's dead. I have a kind of disappointing variety of ores, so I'm mostly just going to buy all that. I still got $300 left over. Time for bed. Back to the mines first thing in the morning. It's better than coffee. At this point, I'm also going to sell my blue quality swords. They're no use to me anymore. I am still determined to make an even better quality sword, so we're going to go back to the basic sword because it's really easy to make. 20% speed, 20% crit damage. And I've got 23 coals to try and make this into some kind of masterwork piece. And I will use them all if I have to. I think it only takes 5 coals to restock the forge entirely, and we got money to buy more if I need to, so we're just gonna go. So we have 37, 39, 40, 40's the max, got it. So this thing should be good and hot, so when the metal spreads out from the center, it should really want to go for it. That's actually really nice up front. That's not so nice. Mediocre, mediocre, mediocre. Now we mostly just gotta shrinkify it, especially back here. I didn't realize I could actually just hold space down the whole time, so we can just see what we're doing sort of like in real time. So we're at excellent. Excellent still. We need just a little masterpiece. Wonder what's beyond masterpiece. I don't know if I want to hit it too many more times to knock it out of masterpiece, sort of like that. Wow, that really went crazy. I think I might settle for masterpiece. This thing had better be amazing, and amazing looking. It does look pretty good compared to the other ones. And it's sitting with purple background. It's only 33 damage per hit. because it doesn't have the bonuses, but it is 1.44 attacks. So I would have been better off just adding more damage on, because that's not going to be enough of a difference. But I have 4 level 4 idiots, and they're all going to get very strong weapons. So he's going to get the quickest weapon for 66 damage, and then the other 2 are just going to get those 2, and they're going to do plenty fast attacks. Which probably means that these monsters are going to die pretty quickly. Yeah, they don't attack super quick, but when they do, the enemies know about it. They're absolutely wrecking these guys. So here comes stage number 3. Yeah, the crits in this whirlwind. 2 bosses. Oh, he's got 1100 HP. This would be a way better battle. Wait, there's 3 of them now. Alright, well, we're still destroying them. At worst, my best guy lost like 30% HP. So we're doing something right. I'm just really good at making swords. So if I'm to understand the task at hand, I'm supposed to murder these slimes with this axe. I don't know how I feel about this, but they do fight back. As long as I don't touch them when they're shaking and glowing, I'm going to be just fine. I think it's after they're done shaking, when they're gnashing their teeth. That's when I'm not supposed to touch them. I already lost health, but that's how we learn, by touching things. And then we also learn what not to touch. So I think on top of that, we're going to add chain lightning, chance to make a jumping lightning after a slice. That's a strange way of phrasing that. But I do love jumping lightning. Okay, we're going to assess the situation a little bit and kill like the mothers or whatever these are, and then the lightning's going to spill out over the rest of the babies. I think I need a little more base damage because 10 damage is not enough to one-shot those. Perfect. Increase slicing damage. So now starting the next level, we'll wait for a moment, take a hit, 11 damage. So we got a 10% damage increase, which actually isn't a lot, but it's still enough to have a lot of fun with. I want to see if I can line them up in a big row. I think our health comes back every level anyway, so I can kind of get away with a little bit. We're going to dissolve that one. We're done. A chance to burn an enemy after a slice is also fun. So we're just going to start the level by applying some fire. We don't get our health back after every level. Okay, these ones actually shoot back, so I'm going to have to start trying. I picked up the snowflake, and apparently that actually freezes everything. Blizzard increases the chance to drop snowflakes at stop time. I do happen to enjoy those. So when we're not attacking, we're going to rotate around the outside and pick our openings to go through and kill everything. Whoops. Yes, it's a simple task, but I'm a moron, so we're going to load up a bunch of shots there. That loads up so much lightning. The guys that spit at me are somewhat annoying, but as long as I remember they're completely dormant 90% of the time, then it's no problem. We're going to increase the jumps amount. I think that's going to be good, simply because sometimes I can only attack like a few around the edges, so I'm going to have to let the lightning do the rest of the work. Plus, it'd be fun to just tickle a few on the outside with my axe and watch the lightning destroy them all. It looks like the hitbox is right at the tip of the axe, so it's a little bit off-putting. Like, it's hard to know where my hitbox is. Okay, I've got these idiots frozen in time. We're going to stack up a little bit of lightning damage and everyone's dead. Deals more damage for each missing heart. That's perfect. So when I take lots of damage, look at those adorable things. When I take lots of damage, I do more damage. They're charging me up like a battery. Wind-up bomb. A chance to call 2 bombs targeting enemies after killing an enemy. Good. It's like extra killing, so we'll get some lightning going and pretty soon... No bombs yet. That's okay, we don't need bombs, we just want them. I definitely didn't need to take damage there, but I sure did. Okay, that should load up some lightning and lightning for the rest of them. I feel like I'm picking up coins, and I don't know if we're able to buy something or if that just adds to our score. I kind of want 2 more max hearts because then we have more missing hearts and therefore more damage. Iron heart. That'll also allow me to take a lot more risks and do a lot more stupid things, which I very much enjoy doing. For example, I definitely did just get hit again. So we're just circling around the outside. Whoops, waiting to tickle. Okay, I'm going to start paying attention now. This is getting harder. Okay, we've lost many of our hearts, but we're up to 21 damage. So that makes it easier. We just got to poke in the sides a little bit. Okay, I didn't mean to touch that. If someone could drop a heart, please, I would feel much better about my situation. Oh, there goes a bomb. One thing I didn't realize before that the bombs would do was separate them all. The bomb actually pushed them apart, and that's going to make it easier. I keep getting hit when I go into the crowd because I'm not paying attention to what the neighbors are doing. But from here, it should be pretty easy. Just don't touch anything that's doing that. This guy can die, and this one will cut straight in half. Okay, this time we're going to get dynamite, a chance to call dynamite after killing an enemy. Yes, please. And we're getting candles. I don't want to know what those do, so oh, they fire homing flames. That's not going to be annoying at all. Not one little bit. Well, there is a snowflake there. Like, I'm nervous to touch anything at this point. There's a heart. Okay, good. We got 1 HP. There's another snowflake. I don't know if I can touch like bad things when I'm frozen. I assume I can, but generally when I make assumptions, bad things happen. Increase slicing damage every 5 seconds until get hit. Up to 3 stacks. So the longer I go without getting hit, the more damage we're going to do. We're going to have a lot of annoying things following me. I assume I can't touch the candles when they're glowing, but maybe they're just firing, and I got hit again like an idiot because I'm not paying attention. There is a snowflake on the ground, so we're just going to go and take care of that. There we go. There's some dynamite as well. That makes the level so much easier. And my damage is up to... I didn't see. Missile strike. A chance to call a missile after a slice. And that's just after a cut. That doesn't even have to be damage, I don't think. These levels do actually get harder and harder. We lit the candle on fire. That's fun. Okay, let's do it again. And that left some bombs for everyone else to enjoy. Okay, we definitely took a direct hit from a candle. We gotta be careful of that. But I need to remember I should be wiggling in there just a little bit to kill some of these weak ones, because then they'll call in bombs and missiles, and that's gonna spread them all out. And if they're spread out, they're super easy to kill. And when I don't have candle bombs chasing me, it's so much easier, because then I can just sort of tickle them a little bit. I still manage to get hit because I'm being impatient, so I should really slow it down. It's harder than it looks. Okay, we did get a heart after a cruise missile landed, and I really shouldn't do things like that, but I did. I'm just going to straight up increase slicing damage. The less time I can spend touching things, the better. I don't know what those eggs do, and something just lagged really hard, so I'm trying to be careful about moving in there. So when the eggs break, they turn into a mini Viking horned gentleman. Not really sure what he's doing. I think he's just got like a quick attack rate. We're gonna try and get this guy. Got him. Get him. It's so tempting to just dive right in there. Okay, we got a missile going in. We do have a snowflake in there. Can I get that? Carefully. Got it. Okay, everyone has some fun. And watch the chaos unfold. There's a bomb. I would have liked the heart, but at least we do have 2 hearts at this point. I think we got one back after ending the last level. Maybe if you survive the level, you get a heart. This is another one that just has a really dark context to it, because these guys can't really fight back. They're like completely standing still, waiting to die. All they can do is like gnash their teeth together. I want more lightning. I should be able to touch anything, and it's just an explosion of lightning that evaporates the whole world. There's a TNT though, so I guess that's still pretty good. There's a bomb. These guys are going to be a little bit annoying up here because they're hard to see, but he's going to get TNT, and I think I got him. Increase the explosion radius of dynamite. We do love a good explosion here. There it goes already. Gonna carefully move in there. We did not get a heart back from finishing the level, so I probably just missed picking one up. This level is gonna be really annoying. I can't wait to pick up that snowflake. Then I'm just gonna go crazy and destroy everyone like that. Look at all the missiles coming in already. There's my heart. Perfect. Yeah, this game really is more about the neighbors. Yeah, it's not about who you're hitting, it's about whether the neighbors are about to hit you. But there's another snowflake, so that should about be a wrap on these guys. Nope, they actually survive a lot of that. We're going to take King of the Hill, more damage per each stack. I'm not really sure what that means. I like the part where it says more damage though. That is something we will always take. Under any context, time, or situation. You kind of got to like kite them all away and get in there and take your shots when you can. Even then, I still just got hit twice. Well, to be fair, they are sending armored things to the outside now, so it's a little bit hard to break in. And I hate touching things from left to right, like these candles are going to be annoying, because I'm not entirely sure where my hitbox is. Okay, we revived ourselves. We're going to do a little better. We've got 4 hearts right now, and the missiles are already coming in to finish them off. Could I have more hearts, please? I would like more hearts. There actually is a heart down here. I'm going to try and retrieve it as soon as I can. It's actually quite hard to get in there. I'm a little bit worried it's going to despawn, so I get a little bit aggressive with it. But we have 5 hearts to our name. It's been a while since we've been this sturdy. Better make that 4 hearts. This is much harder than it looks. Maybe it's just the build I designed. Or I just need to focus up better. Candles need to die first. That's going to be my new strategy. We see a candle, we kill it. Also, more chain lightning. That way when I do get a few hits in, kind of like that. I wonder if we get a few free seconds at the start of a round. We always seem to. So if I could just take advantage of that, we'd be doing alright. Okay, let's have some chain lightning. Yeah, that worked really good. This level was much easier. These idiots just sitting here waiting to die. Sharpering. Increase slicing damage. I like the way they spell in this game. It's fun. I legitimately don't know what hit me there. Again, I think it's because I was moving in that one direction. If I move left to right, I get hit. That one I saw. So we're down to 2 hearts again. This gets hard. Okay, I lost another heart, but another one spawned right in the center there. So if I can manage to make my way to that, we'll be okay again. This is hard to like work my way in there. I do want to dive in and grab that heart really badly, but I think I'm going to get hit if I try. I might be able to time that, but that's really, really, really risky. So we'll just pick our shots. Circling around here, I want to touch these candles. Okay, I died again. That is so hard to do. Pretending like nothing happened. Wave 17 going on wave 18. We're going to pick Poison. And I think I found a slightly less risk-averse way to do this, despite what you're about to see. So when you start the level, go like this. Focus on the candles. But I've also got an aura around me. So now I can hit things and I don't need to be quite as close. It's still quite dangerous to do this, but I can do it from further away. When we hit a snowflake, just go crazy. But so far this is working great, and when we collect snowflakes, it's going to work great. And we also have the ability to absorb loot from further away, so I don't have to be that close to grab the snowflakes. And then if I really want to play it safe, I don't have to touch any of these. Nothing has range to damage, so nothing can actually hurt me. I can just slowly dissolve them while their friends and family watch. The downside is my aura thing only does 5 ticks of damage. It goes off fairly frequently and it's pretty big, but it's very slow to kill things with it, so I tried not to use it. So next I think we want Chain Lightning again. I do think that's good just for AoE damage. When you start a level we can go like that and hopefully hit lots of everything. There's another snowflake, so we'll hopefully kill a lot of things. We don't have as many bombs this time as you can tell, so we don't get as much firepower after those flurries. But now we've only got 1 candle to deal with and he's out. I even picked up another heart this round. Now we're going to try and murder these adorable little yellow things. We're starting to build up a combo. I think that just means how many things we've killed before we've been hit. I'm also building up poison damage. That way when I touch things, even little things, they hopefully get really, really poisoned. We picked up a snowflake. Not really sure what the new thing is. Oh, those big purple things have a mustache now. So there's no candles, but we got mustaches. And I'll be honest, that's much more intimidating. I don't really know what he does, so let's just slowly dissolve him. Okay, he splits into 4 of these things that also sit there and do nothing. I think I just broke my combo by being impatient, which is usually how it breaks. That's usually how I ruin anything, to be honest. I need more chance on hit or chance on kills. That way once I start the killing, it just shouldn't stop, because I have to stop and wait and slowly dissolve things and wait for them to calm down. And then I get impatient like that again. We need more speed. Correction, what I need is more raw killing power. If I had more of that, we wouldn't have to wait. I think I just lost a heart and I just still don't understand the hitbox. I feel like it's close on one side but not the other. Whatever the case, we're going to get more ignition. I don't really want to spread the idiots out anymore. It's actually nice in a way to have them in a nice tight grouping. That way we can sort of keep an eye on them and I get more space to maneuver around them. Definitely got hit there again. The candles are really annoying because they fire non-stop and those things follow you forever. Okay, that takes care of most of the candles. This certainly will. Now we just wait for everything to slowly burn to death. Oh, it's so tempting to dive into all these purple adorable morons, but I can't. I still got hit there again. And I thought I was safely far enough away from whatever it was I was hitting. But that hitbox still confuses me. I've also come to realize that when things first spawn in, they spawn like not far down their attack cycle. So once they're freshly spawned in, you can hit them a lot before they can do anything about it. More poison. Back to work. Not seeing a lot of candles here, so that's good. We do only have 1 health piece, so we're gonna have to be careful. The spitting things are still really annoying. They're not as bad as the candles, but they're still really dangerous, especially if they're close when they fire. There's a snowflake, so off we go. We're going to stop just a little bit early. And another snowflake. Perfect. Now we're just going to go crazy and get what we get. There's the one spitting thing, so I'm very carefully going to move up and try and dissolve him. And if he's anywhere close to attacking, we would have moved right away. I really need some more diversity to my attacks because this is taking way too long. I'm just slowly chiseling in there. I need way more lightning or explosions or something. I need like a nuclear bomb. That would very much solve my problems of not being able to get in there quick enough. The lightning is good, but I feel like it just doesn't reach far enough or something or do enough damage. Like it goes off a lot, but it feels pretty weak. Max level poison could be good though. So that maxed out at level 5. We're going to go ahead and take a bite. I think I took a hit there, but I think I picked up a snowflake. So that works out fine. There's nothing ranged here anyway, so like I can just do whatever I want. Plus I got a heart back. Look at that big satisfying lineup. I wonder if I can get them all at once. Probably. Yeah, I could definitely wait. They're sort of at the start of the cycle, but if I do this right, I think I can get right down the whole line. Right now. Yeah, I hit it once at least. Definitely want them to start exploding. I lost a heart there, but that was worth it. Whoops. Okay, too much. I legitimately thought I had more respawns. But we have Berserk Fury. Start with 1 less max heart, but every 5 slices raise inflicted damage, and we slice a lot. So this Berserker Axe, the damage resets after every level. But if you go crazy with this, you can actually do a lot of damage in a hurry. So we got jumped all the way up to 18 with that. And if we increase the base damage, I think we may be able to just blitz our way through a lot of this. Like we can actually kill a lot of the levels before they even start with this. We're going to add a little bit of Chain Lightning maybe, because I think that will complement this build nicely, because if this thing doesn't, the lightning will. We'll also take the Snowflake chance, so back we go. Yeah, when we get more enemies, this is going to be harder. Chance to call a missile after a slice. Yes, we're doing big slices, so missiles are going to be our friend. And think we mostly got him. This guy's gonna die, but lots of damage. More damage after taking damage for 3 seconds. Sure, we're gonna take damage eventually. There we go. We're getting missiles and freezing damage coming down. A chance to call a falling star after a slice. Also good. Okay, we're getting the candles now, but we can absolutely eviscerate those things. Longer invincibility time after taking damage by 2 times. Sure, okay. And yeah, we can actually kill most of everything before anything has a chance to do anything. Increase the chance to call a missile. Perfect. We need lots of missiles. We need bigger sweeps too. Okay, we finally got hit there. But that's okay. We killed everything, and once we get back in the rhythm, we'll start destroying. Increased slicing damage. Yep, base damage is going to go up. That's perfectly fine by me. Took a hit there. That's fine. Next, we're going to get starfall. Increase the amount of falling stars. Those happen chance on slice. So yeah, there's more stars landing. We got to avoid the fire. But here's a snowflake. This is wave 14, and we're making it look stupidly easy. Increase slicing damage. Yep, let's start. So we're at 15 or so base damage, and we got a snowflake already, so we can just destroy. Raw aggression is the key. Starfall seems to be working for us, so that's going to get leveled up again. There's a lot of candles, but we wiped them out before they had a chance to even think. Increase slicing damage some more. So our base damage is up to, I think, 16 if I saw that correctly. We did get hit there, but that's okay. This is the kind of build where you're just going to have to get hit sometimes and be okay with that. But the faster you can slice with this, the more damage you do. The more things you kill, the more things rain down on idiots' heads. Higher level missile strike. Look, there's lots of candles over there. Took a hit there. That's fine. Generally, we'll find a heart, hopefully to save us. Perfect. Now it's just these horned morons. And more slicing damage. Max level slicing damage. So we're definitely going to pile up some missiles and stuff on these guys and let it rain down. And then we're going to keep going. It's a momentum build. If you're not killing, you're not using its full potential. Starting to take some damage on these levels with more enemies, but it's hard to keep track of them all and I'm too lazy to bother. Increase the amount of falling stars. Absolutely. Off we go again. Candles first. Okay, we got a lucky snowflake there, so that should make a pretty big mess of everything. Then we're going to keep going because we can't let off the accelerator. More damage after taking damage for 3 seconds. And go. Got a lucky snowflake on that one. I also got really lucky there because I was way deep in there when the snowflake wore off and I got out with no damage. Got another snowflake, so we're going to watch a lot of missiles come in because we're getting a lot of hits. Ooh, upgrade missile strike again. We can never have too many of this. I really like this one. Mostly because it's just very chaotic and there's a lot of explosions going on. We got a lucky snowflake, so we can just keep on rolling because when enemies turn into smaller enemies, they can't attack me for a second. And the next level is going equally as well, where it's just a whole bunch of chaos and damage, and then I win. Okay, we're gonna have max level starfall at this point, so that's gonna feel good. Gonna try and focus on any of the range things that happen to be in there. That's a lot of missiles. It's very satisfying to kill these things. Okay, I definitely got another snowflake, and there's another snowflake. We're getting so many snowflake spawns. There's also a few hearts in that mix. I think I lost a heart there too, but I mean, that was worth it because we got a lot of killing done. Wave 25, definitely haven't made it this far before. This level would be a nightmare with the old build. Look at all the candles out there. Now it's mostly just missile to death. Whoops, didn't know what that was. And also max level missiles. This level won't be so hard. It's just a lot of thick, annoying enemies that are going to absorb some damage. And we'll just, we'll just tank our way through them probably. We're down to 1 HP, but that's okay because I'm still feeling confident. Candles die nice and easy because of our damage. As long as we don't touch their fiery output, we're perfectly fine. I realized part of the problem is I tend to go by their color, so I don't touch them when they turn red, but it's when they go back to the regular color that they're dangerous. They should go from red to a different color to show that I'm almost dangerous and now I am dangerous. Because you instinctively go back to hurting them when they're this regular purple. And we're going to increase chain lightning, and off we go. Enjoy chain lightning, idiots. We can almost always spawn a snowflake if we're fast. It's been a while since we had a level that left 2 ranged idiots alive. Having max level skills is great because we only have to touch 1 or 2 of them before we start spawning a whole bunch of missiles and stars. Chain lightning's moving up in the world. Snowflake, we got a heart too. So we just go like that, and hopefully all the candles get destroyed. If 1 is left, that's okay. We can manually do it. Chain lightning has moved up in the world again. We got an early snowflake here, so we can really make a giant mess. Perfect. Candles are about dead. Max level chain lightning as well. Well, there's a small little custard level there. Really not going to like these explosions very much. Whoops. And I'm getting hit a lot. Okay, we got 1 heart left, and we're going to go with shurikens. Those are naturally going to carry us to this next level. No snowflake, huh? That was really dangerous. We very easily could have died there. There is a snowflake, but it's right in the middle. I'm going to try and navigate to it if I can, very gingerly. I think the snowflake also just bounced off the map. But if I go straight north from here, okay, I got the snowflake. We're going to pick up the heart. We're back in business. And we lost a heart already. I looked away while swinging, and that was the end of that. I'm not allowed to kill the ones having a picnic, so I guess that's it. Today we're going to get very satisfied. And like any good preschooler, we're going to do that with shapes and colors. Every time we laser 1 pink circle, we get 1 pink point. We can use those points to upgrade, so now we get 2 points per pink circle. So we've doubled our production already.
We're going to do this until we become literally a god.
And once we save the 25 points, we can upgrade again. Now we're going to get even more per blob. So we're up to 3 per shot. Our production is going bananas. The next upgrade comes at 70, so it's going to take a second, but it's going to be worth it. And because of our rate of production, we're actually going to get there quite quickly. There's 70, upgrading again, we're going to get 2 more per blob, so now we're getting 5 per shot. And if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. There's 140 points we need to get a further 40% income increase. Now we get 7 points per blob, and we can also unlock the gunner drone for only 20 points. That automatically fires at pink blobs every once in a while, I believe also for 7 points, so that's going to be nice background money for us. But it's not the quickest firing, so we're definitely going to save up and get it more bullets per second. It's currently at 0.59 bullets per second, it's going up to 0.88, so its rate of fire went up by 50%. It's also rotating very slowly, so we're going to have its velocity turn up by quite a bit. We're going to do that twice so it can turn faster. Income has quickly climbed up to over 300 points, which means we can increase our income again. We can get 3 more per blob. We're going from 7 to 10 per blob. The next upgrade is twice as many. I'm having so much fun just with pink blobs. It does cost 1300, so it's going to take a second to get there. Luckily, I've got a drone that can pretty much do all the work for me. I just couldn't resist. We saved up 1300 points, so now we get twice as many points. So now we get 20 per blob, which seems excessive given where we're at in the game, but that's going to set us up nicely for the future to make even bigger numbers, and things are going to get stupid. First things first, we're going to make our drone 50% faster again. And then we're going to turn its fire rate up 50% so we can get even more of those circles. I still think the biggest holdout to our production is this drone not moving quick enough. Like, it can fire very quickly, it just can't circle around quick enough, so we're going to upgrade its RPM another 50%. That thing's going to be fast by the time we're done with it. So we'll let it go and gather up some points for a little while, then we'll come back and spend our fortune. Well, that didn't take long. 10,275. We have double what we need for the upgrade, so now we can get 40 per blob, while also increasing the rotation of our drone. And I guess we're probably long overdue to unlock the blue blobs, so let's start getting some of those appearing. Those will also come with their own upgrades and stuff. It would be nice to increase my fire rate and the spawn rate of blobs. The blue balls naturally will take some of our attention away. We won't focus on pinks quite as much, but we're earning so much per pink that it's going to be okay. But the blues are already worth twice as much. And if we get 40 blue blobs, we can actually increase our laser rate of fire, which would be great. Before doing that, we need to make an investment. We're now going to get 3 points per blue blob. Maybe let's increase the fire rate of our drone as well, another 50%. It's currently firing 1.3 per second, now it's firing 2 bullets per second. By the time we're done messing with that, we can upgrade the blue production, so now we're getting 5 per blob. Oh, and increasing my rate of fire only costs 40, so all we got to do is shoot 1 more blue blob and we'll have enough. We've gone from 0.5 shots per second to 0.7. But we still need more blue production. 7 per bullet. Okay, while we're at it, we're going to make a small investment of 180 blue points in one moment to unlock the generator to get Aquarius points. Might as well be stockpiling everything we can. So now we're having these appearing so we can also blast those whenever we see them. So if I'm understanding this correctly, we've got to accomplish these things to get Aquarius points or increase the production of it. This is also a retroactive thing, so we've already accomplished a lot of these tasks. Basically, we've done 3 missions for 3 points so far. And I suddenly can't help but notice my drone is gone. Not really sure where it went. We can also increase the blob count and orbital capacity, which means we can have more of them floating up there in space. The more blobs that spawn, the more we can kill, and the better off we're going to be. I can also upgrade my laser another 40%, so we're doing about 1 per second now. And it does feel a lot quicker like this. Basically, by the time I can even circle in on the next blob, we're ready to destroy it. Also, we should buy this to get more resources per shot, but there's actually an achievement we can get. We just need to be rich before we buy something. I also destroyed 2 blobs with the lasers without moving the cursor. That was very easy to do. Now we're at 50% cost. There's 49%, so if we buy that, we should be able to get the second upgrade as well. So I can actually get a multiplier for my resource generator with a secret mission. I've just got to go Aries, Capricorn times 2, Aries, and Capricorn times 2. So now I just gotta fire in 2 more of the light blue ones and we'll get a multiplier for the generation of our newest resource. So that one and 1 more as soon as it wants to turn up. Got it. So now we're generating 0.14 per second. So every 10 seconds, 1.5 points. I do need to work my way down. I see how this works. Destroy a blob with the lasers while on your phone. Not sure I understand what that means. Oh, I literally have a phone. So that was easy. So now our generation's even higher. Destroy the blobs in the following order. And that's easily done. Multiplier, we're up to 0.3 per second now. So every 3 seconds, we get about a point. This one's actually a little bit harder to do. Buy an upgrade less than 3 seconds after you get the funds to do it. So I basically got to sit there and wait. I think this one's going to be the first one. It's at 21 to 25. And I think it's 3 seconds per point. There's 22. So as soon as it hits 25, we're going to buy it. And all the while this is happening, our drone is making lots of points in the background. There's 24. Should be another second. And then we can buy it. And then we're good to go for the new achievement thing. That feels like a long 3 seconds. I would like to buy this now. There it is. Got it. And this is done. We're also going to get a 5% extraction rate. There's 17 points sitting in our stock, so we'll get 5% of those every once in a while, I think. Push the chaser and have it destroy a Gemini blob. I haven't unlocked the chaser yet because I've been buying everything else. This is the chaser. We can actually buy right now. It's another drone that chases down blobs and destroys them on contact. So now we're multi-blobbing it. I accidentally push and leave the chaser at a location far from any blob. Okay, accidentally did that. I do need to push it into a Gemini, which I think is one we don't have yet. But we can prevent it from moving for 3 seconds. That sounds easy to do. We'll probably just force you against the side. Sort of. Can we stall you here? Does that count? How do we get you to hold still? Well, I suppose we're long overdue to unlock the Leo blobs. And those are just a yellow blob that are going to start to earn themselves points the same old way. So we'll save up some of those and invest in themselves. 15 points. We now get 2 per yellow blob destroyed. I made the chaser hold still for 3 seconds finally just by finessing it around. So now we just need push a chaser and have it destroy a Gemini blob first. Then we can get the secret message, but I don't know where we're going to get Gemini blobs yet. But we will get 1 more yellow point per yellow blob, so it's up to 3. We're also going to increase the blob spawn rate. That's only 25 points, but it's going to increase the blob spawn rate by 50%. That's enormous. And we're going to have more blobs on the screen at any one time. So now the lasers and everything are going to be really busy destroying this stuff. Also, the light blue Capricorns, they're going to get twice as many per one shot, so they're getting 20 per shot. The yellows are also jumping up to 5 per bullet, so everything's going up very nicely. The investments in production rates will always pay off eventually, so we can still get this even more, so it's going to go from 5 to 7 per shot. Every time we shoot down a yellow, it's 7 whole points. We definitely need more blob spawn rate because it's not sitting at its max capacity yet, but we can already actually afford to get that. So the spawn rate's going up 50%, so hopefully that number is going to sit closer to 12, and then we know we're really using its capacity. And since I don't have anything else to spend light blue points on, we're going to upgrade my laser rate of fire 40%, so we're doing 1.4 shots per second. That's quick. So we're also going to increase the power level of the generator, which is currently doing whatever it's doing, 0.44 per second. We do that, it doubled it, so 0.88 per second. And we got the 23,000 we needed to double the Ares essence. That was our original blob. That's going to double it to 80. Every time we kill a pink blob, we get 80 points. We're going to upgrade yellow production again. We're getting 10 per bullet now. Also, we're going to put more blobs out on the map in general because we've got a lot of those points as well. So now we can hold up to 15 out there. I kind of want a super fast laser at this point because we can make so many points just by me lasering things rapid fire.
I'm starting to get some healthy dopamine overload.
I'm excited for all the upgrades to the point where I can't really decide which one I want to do first. We're going to increase the spawn rate by 50% for all the blobs. Now we can spawn in 4 per second, up to 15 for now. So now we're sitting at 15 out of 15 pretty regularly. Okay, my laser fire rate is going up by 40% again, so we're going from 1.4 per second to 2 per second. Now we should be able to laser the things much quicker again for even more income. Now I basically have to mouse over for just a half a second before the laser charges up and shoots it. I'm also going to increase the fire rate of my original turret by 50%. Now it fires 2 bullets per second, so it should be able to really thin out all those numbers. When we can, we'll increase its RPM, but that still costs 15,000. We can also upgrade our yellows now. We're getting 20 per shot, so that has doubled its increase. And we're going to also increase the RPM of our drone in the center by 50%. Now that little thing's going to make us so many points all by itself. We still need bigger numbers though. I need a lot more zeros. But we're going to unlock the Gemini blobs at this point because we can still afford that. Also, we're going to have more capacity so we can have even more blobs on the screen. I also need to steer this into a Gemini blob, I believe. So we'll get a bonus for other points. Does that count? Yep. There's so many things to click on everywhere. Lasers store up to 1 unfired shot when it can't find a target. These instant shots, yeah, that's expensive, but we'll get to that. So it seems like Gemini blobs are going to be a little bit hard to find. This is now up to 1 point per second as well. And if we get the secret one, destroy the following. So we got to go in that order. We'll get a big boost. Okay, I did the secret code, so we get a boost. Now it's up to 2 per second point production. That's massively ahead of where it was. The white Gemini blobs are going to be a little bit hard to get right now, but we're already getting 14 per 1 destroyed apparently. I think they spawn more rarely, but they're worth more by default. So we'll find those wherever we can and shoot them right away and then upgrade them. In fact, I just did upgrade them. We're getting 36 per shot now. Light blues also get an upgrade. They're up to 20 per shot now. So that's going to be worth a lot. These things spawn often. We can also increase the power level of the generator. So that's now spawning 5 of those points per second. We can upgrade the Geminis. They're currently at 84 per blob. Now they're at 168. And we can unlock this new drone. When fully charged, this drone detonates and blasts all blobs within a small radius. Yes. So that's going to wander around, so the more blobs we have on screen, the better. Speaking of which, we're going to turn their spawn rate up at this point, 50%. So instead of 4 per second, we're going to have 6 per second. We've got all those drones, so we might as well do everything we can to get more blobs on screen. Also, the laser can store up to 1 unfired shot. I think we're going to get 2 of those, you might as well. And we also have a new mission completed because we unlocked a bunch of new missions. So now if I'm not mousing over anything, I've got a bunch of lasers charged up so I can rapid fire a whole bunch. And that's actually completing missions accidentally. And something big is happening at the bottom. Leave the Zodiac Star to find another essence collected to help Taurus's algorithm. I don't know if I want to do that. I'm having fun here. Why do I want to go somewhere else? Also, I'm going to turn up the extraction rate for this. We just broke the threshold there, so 10% extraction rate. So that's going to turn the number of Aquariuses up. And we're going to upgrade this one again. That way we can have more blobs on screen at any one time. And the white guys, they're going to get upgraded again. So we're going to get 672 every time we destroy one. And I keep forgetting I got to complete some more of these missions over here. Detonate the detonator a very short time before it is due anyway. Okay, well, that's easy. I'm also going to make its radius bigger so it explodes bigger. I think eventually it could explode greatly. I can do this and explode it when the second ring is starting to charge. So there we go. I need to detonate it just before it's actually ready to charge. That's up to 6.4 per second. We need this multiplier. So I just need to follow that order. That was easy. The hardest part is weaving between all the colors, but now that's up to 13 per second. And if we can manage to finish the next row, that would be even better. So I think this travel zone is supposed to be like a prestige thing. You're supposed to sort of start knocking out all of these missions before you prestige, and then you get better bonuses. We're clearly not ready to do that yet. Okay, we're going to upgrade the yellow production and the white production at this point. Those are both insane. The yellows are getting 40 per blob and the whites are getting 2,300. We're also going to get more blobs on the screen at any one time, simply because we can afford that and quite easily. In saying that, we're also going to start building up my insta-shot. We're getting so many per shot that we're just going to have rapid-fire lasers soon. Although upgrades are expensive, this costs 50,000 for a radius upgrade for my explosive drone. Alright, let's take another insta-shot build-up. Now we got tons of charges, so we can absolutely decimate large piles of blobs. And we're going to make the radius of our explosive drone 20% bigger again. The next one of those has to do with another unit entirely anyway, but look how big that thing's getting. It's going to be an absolute destroyer soon. At this point, we can actually upgrade the pinks again. They're going to get 160 per blob. And light blues are also getting doubled. They're up to 80 per shot. Then we're going to increase our laser recharge supply thing, so we're able to fire like 8 shots at once. Yeah, we should probably go ahead and unlock the next thing, the Taurus blob. They'll start showing up. We're currently getting 1 per blob. It shouldn't take long with this rate of destruction though to get a whole bunch of those. We can already upgrade it, so we're getting 2 per blob. And now we're getting 3 per blob. And there's plenty of those spawning, so we could happily take advantage of those numbers. Okay, we're going to upgrade Taurus again. We're now getting 5 per blob. And we'll keep upgrading that as much as we can. We need those big numbers for everything. I'm also going to increase the capacity of the blobs that can be on screen at any one time. So that's up to 35 now. And we're also going to have a shot at doing a double shot now. So when my laser fires, it might not use up a charge. So it can potentially fire a lot of times before it runs out. Also, we're going to spend some of our Taurus points to upgrade the generator level. That went from 13 to 26 point production per second. I've also got this fun mission where I've got to keep my lasers above 0% and below 100%, and that's done. I guess my laser fire rate can go up another 40%. We're at 1.9 now. We're at 2.7 per second now, so it's even quicker than it was before. The spawn rate for blobs is also going up by 50%, which is absolutely unnecessary at this point, but you can never have too many blobs. You know what, we're going to upgrade the chaser speed as well. That's a little orange drone that's going around rampaging. The quicker it goes, the more it can run into. I don't know how long this one's been here for, a chaser's blade, but it is up there. It costs 10,000, so as soon as we get that, we're absolutely going to do it because that looks like fun. So I've just got to focus on the purples. I'm now about to spend 350,000 Gemini essences to upgrade their production, but they're now getting 9,000 per blob. And the purple Tauruses are going to double their income as well. They're up to 20 per blob. Ooh, we can increase our original drone's fire rate by 50%. So it was at 3 per second, now it's at 4.4 per second. Actually, I'm going to upgrade my reserve lasers as well. That next upgrade is really expensive though. Finally saved up the 10,000 I need for the Chaser's Blade, so we're gonna get that. And I know it's got a few missions where like you gotta try and make it do a full rotation without destroying any blobs, and that one's gonna be hard to do because you gotta make the Chaser go over there and not have this one touch anything in between. So you kind of gotta go like that, and hopefully it doesn't touch anything while it's making its revolution like that. Well, I need that thing to wander around doing lots of damage to everything. It's going to be a slow go for now, though, to get the Cancer Essence. What I do need is this, more blobs on the screen at any one time. That way there's just more chance of it hitting stuff, and I think we have to play the waiting game. But I did just get a new catching up upgrade. That actually unlocked a new thing over here. Buy an upgrade less than 3 seconds after you've unlocked it. I'm going to upgrade this guy's chasing speed as well. 20% more there. That way it can go around the map quicker, and hopefully the thing following it will just get lots more points. It's already ready to upgrade. Okay, the oranges are getting upgraded again. They're now getting 3 per blob, and then I'm going to let the game play itself a little bit and add some stuff up for me. Sometime later, we're stacking up the points. We can upgrade this at least one more time. Now we're getting 20 per blob. There's a bunch of other upgrades shaking because they're so excited to be upgraded, so we're going to go ahead and do all of those, including this one. So we're going to get even more points, 72 per second. Plus the light blues are ready to go up here, so we can actually bring that up to considerably more of the reimbursement thing. Oh, we can also make our detonator drone go off more often. And I suppose the faster the chaser thing moves, the longer away it's going to get from the other thing and has more chance to run into stuff in between. I also got a thing for pushing the chaser during an entire blade cycle, so that's something. There's still a lot of different things we got to work on. And we're going to increase the laser rate of fire by 40%, so up to 4 lasers per second. Also, let's get more blobs on screen. That's going from 45 up to 55. The more we have, the better. Also, more oranges, so they're getting 40 per touch. So it basically takes over as my laser. So now my cursor is automatically going around wherever this thing is. And I'm okay with that. The spawn rate of all the blobs is going up by 50%, which is insane, so there's 13 per second spawning. So next, we're going to need 20,000 orange points because we can start giving bullets a critical chance, and blobs destroyed with critical damage give us Scorpio Essence. We've already gotten 13 of them, so we can upgrade these as we go too. We need 30 for the first to double our input. We fairly quickly saved up several thousand green points, so we're going to spend those all upgrading our green income. And also our orange, yellow, pink, light blue, purple, and white income, and also this one. We're now making 152 of these every second. And while we're at it, let's boost up so we can have a total of 70 on the map at any one time. Also, I'm going to give myself a higher chance to not consume lasers when I shoot. There's a 20% chance of that happening. This thing is currently firing my lasers, so we'll just let that keep going. It's doing good work. A few more minutes later and the greens are ready to upgrade again. We'll get 3 more per blob, so we're up to 10 per blob. That also means we can make our explosive guy, the detonation radius, 20% bigger. And since we're getting so many orange points, let's make him go off 25% faster. That's actually a good size explosive radius. If that gets bigger and bigger and bigger, we're going to be able to blow up a lot of stuff. Finally, painstakingly, saved up enough orange points to get a 10% crit chance. And we can also get this critical bullets split into 3 bullets on impact. That's going to be expensive, but we'll save up for that as well. In the meantime, we'll get ball B65. This drone rolls around bouncing off blobs, the cursor into orbital edge. Blobs are destroyed in the process, sure. So that's just another drone that's out there making a mess of everything. We've collected almost 5 million pink blobs by now. Those are just the pink ones. And that's fantastic because we'll let this run for the next million years and pick it up again and see what happens. I know many of you are on YouTube for math lessons, so this is going to be really enjoyable for everyone. And it's been a long time since I broke anything using math, so this will actually be great. Our first order of business, this square wants 10 ones. So we put 1 little extractor on the ones, and then we get feeding. We come out of the 1 and penetrate straight down into that thing. So it'll only take a few seconds before we hit 10 out of 10. And for the first time ever, something penetrated once more, so it wants 2s this time. Luckily, we can use what's called an adder, and that's going to turn 1s into 2s, because 1 plus 1 equals 2. We bring that out of there and straight into there again. While we're at it, we're going to demolish the old works, because we're going to try and keep things clean and tidy. It's actually very slow to produce these 2s. When in doubt, more. So we're just going to go ahead and ram this thing full of 2s as much as we possibly can. I'm not sure if there's an extraction limit, but we're going to find out. And we do love a game with conveyors in it. Can that extract out of any old side? I really hope it can. Yep, perfect. And by the time we're done with that, it wants 3s, and we have upgrades. Okay, this is pretty great. Basically, the more of everything we do, the better they're going to get. It's like they're channeling experience. Now feel free to answer this one in the comments down below. How do we get 3s out of 1s and 2s? We start by demolishing things. We're gonna demolish before we think. But then if we put an adder together, something like that, then that will produce a 2 and that will produce a 1, which will give us 3. At least I hope it will. This is a yet unfounded theory. 3, everyone's favorite number. So now we just got to do that again and again and again. So this will no doubt spit out 2s. So then we need another 1 to meet it somewhere. I think you can come in at an angle here, which will look something like that. Those will get adding and down into there. That should produce short little 3s. And the 3s are making their way in. We need 35 of those. Are there 3s out there in the world? I think we need more powerful extractors to actually utilize those. It won't even let me put an extractor on that. It's very sad. I think my favorite part about this game so far is there's a copy and paste. So I really could have just copy pasted this to double its output, but we need 5s now anyway. We're halfway to a belt level upgrade, so the belts will move quicker. We got a long ways to go for some of the other ones. It seems I can straight up extract 2s at this point. 2 does not multiply into 5, but if you add a 1, we can sure get there. So we're gonna put an adder here, and then we're going to hijack this, and that's gonna come this way, then it's gonna go into there. Then we demolish this because it's going to get confused. It's beautiful. 2 plus 3 equals 5. We only need 40 of those. While we're at it, we're going to demolish this one because we're going to use 3 plus 2 to do the same thing. This is going to be a little bit clunky for now, but once the coffee kicks in, we'll really be rolling. But now we have 2 sets of 5s getting in there. And I've completely surrounded the square, which is really dumb. I wonder how big the numbers get. I see 17s, 42s, 60s. All right, we've got a long ways to go. You know, I think you can actually bridge over this. After reading some of the things up here, it says bridge placement. I didn't read anything beyond that, but I'm pretty sure that means I can bridge. We could put that to the test. There's a 2, there's soon to be a 1. So this will split out 3s. Okay, we already got the 5s, but we're gonna need more 3s anyway, I suppose. Or you have to actually make a bridge.
Use bridge to cross other belts. Bridges are automatically built when building a belt over another belt.
So, yeah, that seems to be true. But now we need to combine some 3s with some 3s. So we're going to go ahead and eliminate this one. And then we're going to bring our favorite group of 3s up into that one. So this will start producing 6s. This one, not so much yet. We need these 2s to combine with some 1s to make a 3. Yes, you're literally watching a video about basic math right now, and you are enjoying it. So the 1s will feed into here, with the 2s combine into a 3, which combine with these 3s for a 6. Why did I think it was 6? We need 10s. Math is good, reading comprehension, not my strong suit. That's embarrassing, but I'm sure my editors can clean that up to make it look like I'm not stupid. The 1s, these 3s, 1s, these 6 combine into a 10s. So what we're going to need is 5 plus 5, so we need 3 plus 2 and 3 plus 2. So I think we're just going to go ahead and start fresh because I don't want to start rethinking that. It's easier just to start smashing things together. I want either the game or the computer to set on fire by the time we're done with this math. If we ever get multipliers, we'll be able to make some really big numbers. Using basic addition, it will be hard to hit infinity. So now when I need numbers, we can copy paste this and place it wherever we want. It's like a mathematical Christmas tree. So I could just place this somewhere down here, and as long as we feed 5 2s into it, it will make a 10. And as long as we have the bridging available, we'll be able to make this work wonderfully. So there's the 2s. We're going to do another 2 from here. So that will already make 4. The 4 will combine into here. And we can play way zoomed out if we want to. It's a little bit hard to line things up, but we're getting reasonably close. So this one is spitting out 8s. So as long as I bring it a single 2 from over here, it will combine perfectly. Is this the most efficient way of doing it? Absolutely not. But unfortunately, someone put me in charge. You know, this seemed like a fun idea until I realized just how slow the conveyors are actually moving. So when you're bringing things from a long ways away, it takes some time. But that's how we learn. We do stupid things, make giant mistakes that take us lots of time and money, and then we don't do them again. I'm going to move my mathematical Christmas tree somewhere else. That way it's safe down here. That way we can demolish the one that's in our way. And we always have a secret weapon on our side that gives us an advantage of way too much time on our hands. I can take a million years to do this and you guys will never know. There's our first 10. It's not exactly a quick moving thing, but it is working. Now we don't really need any of this other stuff, and we can just copy paste it from elsewhere. We can configure whatever custom Christmas tree we want. This is what we need. So if we just copy that, we can place it elsewhere and build exactly the same thing with a little rotation, which will be the other way around, just like that. It's like it was meant to be. This is going to feed 2s into the final equation, and now it is going to bring 2s into that, which is going to take 4 extractors. It turns out these are somewhat directional, so you got to be careful which way you bring the conveyors, but it's so deliciously efficient this way. Gonna demolish that, and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And we had 10 in the bank before we got this other one even set up. And before you know it, we're going to have higher speeds. Wait, is it saying it only needs 1s? It needs 100 more 1s specifically to upgrade. So it needs 1s, 2s, and 3s. Extractor level would be better. Belt level is what I really need, so we're just going to feed this thing all the 1s it wants. We don't have time to wait. Now that number is going up. How many 1s are on the map? Yeah, we can make this work. I heard a sound. I'm not really sure what it did. Can we combine? Would that just put more 1s on a single conveyor? That would actually also be huge. I never really considered that. They won't add together because we don't have an adder there. They can bridge over, but if we make a super highway of 1s, okay, well, that's not going to help us very much. So we will separate things where they need to be separated, and each thing will get its own lane in. We're probably going to need a lot of 1s. So we can upgrade that. Now it wants more 1s. It needs 1,000 of them. We'll have 1,000 in no time. We already have half of what we need. And we've still got all this open space. It wants 100s now, but I'm mostly worried about upgrading for the moment. So the conveyors are only going to get faster and faster. We'll work on extractor speed too, but for now, let's make the conveyor so fast that it gets stupid. We've actually already got 1,400 of the 1,000 we need. Oh, I see. It also needs 12s. Well, we're clearly going to need a lot of 1s, so let's just let the 1s pile up for a while. I'm also going to give it some 2s. Seeing as to get upgrades, it's as easy as going like that for the time being. And I'm not sure, like, if it slows it down if you take more out of a single source. It seems to, because if we delete that, the 2s start spitting out of there faster. I got an achievement for doing something. The 2s are stacking up quickly now. The 1s are also adding up. We're gonna round this thing full. These belts are gonna get very, very ugly by the time we're done, but eventually this is gonna be delivering all sorts of basic resources. Ooh, the extractor already got leveled up. We have 1,000 of the 300 we need, so that's gonna go quicker. We also need 19s, which is awkward, but we also need a lot more 2s. And if I understand this upgrade correctly, we can currently get 2 full speed belts out of any one extractor. We could put that to the test easy enough. The numbers seem to be matching, so perfect. We can get 2 belts out of any one of those. So we'll take advantage of that by being lazy and just ram that one in there. This is getting awfully full. Look at all those numbers coming in. What kind of upgrade do we have? An adder is getting quicker too. Faster addition is always going to be our friend. We've delivered 10,000 numbers already. Once we stockpile some of the basics, we'll find a clever way to get 12s, 19s, and 16s. And I think we've used up every space we possibly can on whatever this thing is. So let's just let the numbers pile up for a while I drink more coffee. And we can actually see the numbers coming in. We're getting 25 1s per second, 12 2s, and 11 3s. While I'm waiting for things to happen, I decided to take a tour of what's out here, and the numbers do actually get pretty big. Numbers so high we can't even comprehend them. I'm actually starting to feel like if we scroll far enough, we could probably avoid math altogether. Like, we're gonna need 12s for one of our upgrades, and there's a 12. We do need to level up first, which is kind of a shame because you could just go find the number you need, but we can only mine as high as 3s. And by now we've mined all the 1s, 2s, and 3s we need to get the upgrades. We need these other numbers obviously still, but now we can start to rearrange things. Since the next thing is going to be we need 100s, we can use this to create 100s. We just need to place it somewhere somewhat convenient and then start plugging things into it. I've also made some adjustments to the mathematical Christmas tree because the feeders weren't working properly. This is the good one. We got to get rid of the old one. And now we got to bring in even more belts to smash into this thing, and eventually they'll add up to whatever we need. It didn't take long to realize there's actually a much better way of doing this. This is already spitting out 9s, so I'm wondering if we can actually just sort of bypass itself. So then the 9s will also feed into this. We'll eventually get something here once this one starts to come in as well. So we could just loop things around on themselves essentially. Now that we've connected all of these, we'll see what they all combine into ultimately. Okay, I've definitely had way too much coffee because I completely have screwed all of this up quite badly. But we are getting 20s out of this now, so actually if we just put 5 of these together, we get what we wanted. So we're going to delete the rest of this stupid Christmas tree, which was a fun idea, but it's just not going to work for our needs. So those will combine into a 40, and then these will simply combine into an 80, so then we're a lot of the way there. So we should really just make individual numbers bigger. It makes a lot more sense. And then when the 20s are coming around, we'll just borrow one of those once in a while and add it to the 80, and then we're happy. Not the most efficient way of doing this, and there's so few of the hundreds getting spit out, we might as well just join it into an existing conveyor anyway, because it's not really going to hold up the 2s. I read this wrong again. I was thinking 100 is up here. I've had way too much coffee. We need 11s, but we're already producing 100, so we'll let the game have it. So there's a 10 coming in here, so we'll smush that together with a 1 somewhere. Okay, I found a 1, so that's going to go straight up into there in a very roundabout fashion, but that's going to give us the 11s. We could have been doing this for ages. That's got to go into there. Reading comprehension is going to be the biggest challenge we face today. I do want to increase the speed quite badly, so we need 512s. Luckily, I know where to find some 3s that we can actually just split and then that's going to turn into 6s, which I'm pretty sure we're turning into 12. So that's literally all we have to do, and then we're producing 12s at a reasonable rate. Next on the list would be a 16, so we need to add a 4 to the 12s. And it looks like if I put a branch off of the line, half of them are going to go up, half of them are going to go the other way, so we can actually just work with this. This isn't going to be the quickest way yet, but it's going to get us going. 112 here, we need a 4 here, so let's just create a 4 somewhere here. As horribly as I'm playing this right now, this is really, really addicting, and I'm thoroughly enjoying every bit of this. And since that line isn't too busy anyway, we'll eventually have 16s getting produced here. Then we need the 19s as well, so we're maybe going to steal some other resources to make 19s happen. We're producing a lot of 2s down here, so let's just go like that. So 2 becomes 4 becomes 8, which will become 16. And then these 16s only need a 3 added to them to make them work, so we will borrow some 3s from anywhere I want.
Probably just down here.
We're not producing 16s at a very high rate, so we won't need a ton of 3s. And there's the 19s we need. We're not going to produce a ton of them yet, but we don't need to. We've almost got the 11s we need to level up. And once we do level up, we can just straight up extract the 4s. I think the biggest slowdown we have right now is the adder. So the adder is definitely what we want leveled up. We need a lot of 16s. But now it wants 21s, which I'm pretty sure we can actually fairly easily make, because we have a pretty thorough backlog of 20s over here, so we could just combine it with some 1s anywhere at all. So this 20 is coming this way. We're going to bring it up and bring it to here. Then we're going to put that there, and then the 20 is going to combine with a single 1 to make 21s. Probably not going to be a ton of them, but we don't need a ton of them yet. We've got time. So this one should take the other route, perfect, where it will go and combine all the way up to 21, so we can ignore that for a while. We do still very much need better adders coming faster, so let's start producing some 16s somewhere. There's 2 4s way out here we can utilize, because I can bring 2 strands out from each of those at full speed. So that all should be happening quite quickly, so that's going to turn everything into 16s just that easily. Now we just got to put that on the path in. And we have a lot of 1s already, so I'm just going to eliminate whatever that is for a second, because 16s are going to be so valuable to my cause that we're just going to need as many of them as quickly as possible, while also putting this thing the right way around so we can actually put them together. That's not super quick, so what we can do with that is copy this little thing, and then as soon as we find another set of 4s that are reasonably close together, we build basically exactly the same thing. As long as you put the 2 4s into the adders, then easy peasy. And then all we gotta do is put the conveyors together. It's a long trek, but they'll make their way home. There's other groups of 4s around, so let's just do that again since it's super easy to copy paste. This actually took literal seconds. That was probably 20 seconds to combine a whole new setup for 16s. And one more for good measure. They certainly will take a second to start joining the general conveyor system, but they're starting to add up quickly. These are all so handy though. We should also do more belt upgrades for more speed. That would just make me feel better. So I'm just going to lazily put some 2s all the way up to 8s, and then this 2 into a 4, and then this is the 12 we need, and we're just going to ram that into any conveyor anywhere, and it'll make its way home. And then same thing, if we want more, we just copy paste until we have other sets of 2s around that we can work with. It's so very functional how when we need something, copy, paste it wherever we want. We can even rotate it. We've definitely created a giant mess so far, but it's very functional. And if you want to see what we're delivering at what speed, take a look for yourself. I feel like we should be producing more 21s at this point as well. Oh, we get a multiplier. That would be so helpful. So we're going to hijack these 11s, and these are going to go a brand new direction where they're going to combine with some 10s over there. That seems like an easy solution to making more 21s. We just hit level 7. That means we got a multiplier we can use finally. So now if we want 12s, we just need 4 times 3 to really blast those in. And I figure we probably got enough basic 1s and 2s by now that I can delete things like this, and then we'll replace them with something better. So if I'm understanding this correctly, we just feed that into one side and then they'll spit out there. Not sure how fast they're going to do it, maybe very slowly, but it works. Luckily for us, we do have dual extractors at this point, so we can combine those onto one single conveyor and then bring that all the way into base. And we can just repeat this little thing as many times as we need to. Multipliers make it so much easier. And now we're going to have that many more 12s making their way in. We're also going to need 37s next, but then we can extract up to 5, which is huge. For 37s, we can go 3 times 4 for 12 times 3 plus 1. So each of these are multiplying up to 12. I can get 3 strands out of this, which is going to be the 3 times multiplier for each of them. So these will all spit out on 36. So now we just need to simply add 1, and there's even a convenient one hiding way over here. All this is way out of the way, so it won't make a mess in the center. So we'll just confirm that this is actually going to work right as we finished our belt upgrade speed. So we don't need any more 12s. Yes, we do actually. We need 22s also. But there's our 37, so let's find a way to get them home. For now, they're just straight up gonna take over the 2's conveyor belt. And let's just do this whole thing again because there's 3's and 4's right up here. And since the adders are so slow, we're gonna give its own adder over here and just combine the 37's down there. Because I'm especially stupid today, I'm gonna sit here and manually watch to make sure things are actually working the way they're supposed to for a minute. We've also increased our adder speed. We can speed it up more, actually by a considerable degree, but we're gonna need some more numbers. There's also a multiplier that we could upgrade if we can get some 15s going. That should be a 5 times a 3. We can't extract 5s yet, but we are collecting the 37s that we need to do so. It would be nice to get an extra extractor out of each number. We could get much bigger numbers, so we need some 19s. For the first one, I'm going to be especially lazy to do this because we can go 3 plus 3 for 6 and then multiply that by 3 for 18. It won't be super quick, but it will work for now and we'll start getting the numbers we need and I don't have to put much thought into it. And then they'll just combine with the one over here to make 19 and eventually make their way through that convoluted mess. I'll set up another one up here. I'll do it a little bit more efficiently though because that's very quickly going to combine into 6's, which will multiply with this one. We'll put another multiplier here eventually, but for now we're going to bring that home and add 1 to it and then easy. Not a lot of other 3's really nearby. We might actually bring that one up. Yeah, we're actually going to. This doesn't really make a lot of sense, but I don't often make a lot of sense. If I was really smart, I would have mirrored that in a sort of way where I would have gone 3 times 3 times 3 times 2. So that would look something like this. 3 times 3 equals 9, times 2 will be 18, then we only need to add 1 to that, provided I'm not mixing up my numbers again. From there, we add 1 to all of those, and then we'll be producing a whole bunch of 19s. And I'm going to try hard to keep everything on the same conveyor moving forward. That way, I know if I have something of 1s coming in, it's effectively garbage at this point, and we don't need it. And something big just happened in the middle. We can now extract 5s. That means if we need 16s, we go 15 times 3 plus 1. That's super easy to build. And this would also be a lot more efficient had I planned out the areas better, but no one's got time for that. So this is going to be some 16s that are coming straight in, and we'll eventually use these 5s combined with some other 3s, lots of 5s over here. And we're going to remove this old 3 track entirely for now because it's been pumping up 3s for a while that we don't really need. Although down here I did just break something pretty badly. That's fine. We don't need whatever that was, or we'll fix it later. So we've used the 5 times 3 plus 1 scenario 2 more times, so we're going to double the production of 16s over here, and so we'll be well on our way to more adder power. I believe I was going to get started on making multipliers faster too, because that would also be a big boon to everything. So we need some simple 5 times 3s. Luckily 5s and 3s are common enough that they're absolutely everywhere. And by now the extractors are 60% done. We could maybe increase the level of them a little bit because that's a powerful one. Or I could just be lazy and wait a little while and it'll happen by itself. Sometime later our extractor is even stronger and so is our multiplier speed. And luckily because we were wise enough to start collecting base level numbers right away, we've already got 69,000 ones on board, which is more than enough for the next level. But we can use our newfound powers to make more 45s. That's easy now because 3 times 5 is 15, which we then multiply by 3 to get us the 45s we need, and it's just that easy. And we can send them directly in from there. Had a minor hiccup somewhere. The bridge thing is not working currently. Not really sure what that's about. Doesn't matter. Okay, I see the problem now. That needs to connect up somewhere up here. That's better. Now the 45s will stay where they're going. Kinda makes me wonder how big of a number you can make before the game breaks now. We could do 3 extractors out of every number. So I think that's perhaps going to be our template because we already have that up to 64. And if we apply that down here, that's going to be an even bigger number because it's multiples of 5. So that can create 125. That'll be 125 times 64. So we're already going to get a really big number. And then when we combine that a few more times, that brings it up to 8,000. That'll be times 64. And that whatever that is will go up even bigger again. That's a very small text number, 512,000, which turns into 332,768,000. I'm going to try and stick to the 5 so we get the most multiplication out of this. So that's going to be there, and we're going to take advantage of any of the 5s we have even close into the neighborhood. If not, we'll settle for 4s. Although the fastest way at this point is probably to feed into itself when the numbers are this big. Obviously, like we could bring a lot more times 4s and times 5s in there, but this number times itself is going to get colossally big. And then we can just do that again and again if we want. Obviously, these numbers are going to slow down because it's going to take a while to produce and multiply them, but we're going to start to get nice big numbers. And while those are adding up, I can bring the other numbers into the fold, at least bring them close enough that we can use them without having to zoom out 40 miles. I think I already hit the limit. It seems whatever's coming in here should be multiplying off itself, but it's giving itself back. Just to be sure, we're going to multiply by 125 times to see what spits out of it, and then maybe one more time for good measure, but I'm pretty sure we've already capped out the numbers. So 214 whatever, we might actually be getting bigger still. Nope, it's 214, so whatever this number is, I think is the biggest you can get in the game, because why would you need bigger than that? But that's math. We're going to use a simple die to roll some really big numbers. And we're probably going to do that with light tiles. We now have a 50% chance to roll a 1. So we need to roll high numbers here. That's going to lay us down more tiles. Each one of those tiles has a chance to generate 1 point for us currently. So with a little bit of luck, we can upgrade white one more time. So now the whites have an expected of 1 with a max of 2. So we just need to be lucky with our rolls, and we're going to get a lot of tiles down. Go this way and take a fun hike. If you're not a big fan of unpredictability, I kind of like the unpredictability. Cubes ahead and a cool looking portal. We're going that way. I've used a free refresh at the shop. We probably should get the dark tiles going just a little bit though, because it's really a shame to roll zeros, especially this early on. So we're going to keep rolling. We can also turn 1 energy into 1 extra roll. We started out with 100 rolls. We've got to go a long ways on those rolls. Whites are going to get upgraded. A 1 really hurts. We need 6s. 6 tiles down means the most progress of all. We're going to upgrade our light tiles here one more time. Whites now have expected 2, max of 4. The darks have a max of 1 with expected 0.5, so darks probably need an upgrade. But there's the cubes we were talking about, and I need to remember right now as we gain the little bit of energy we do to turn that into more rolls, because there's never a cheaper time to do it than now. We're also up to 52, so we're going to upgrade both dark and light tiles as soon as we get a little bit more. So we got a pretty good average going on. We're generally not getting zeros anymore, which is good. We need to just keep racking up points every single roll. Buying any upgrade in a shop gives you a 40% chance of receiving a counterpart upgrade of the chosen color. So if we get a dark upgrade, we can get the light. So we should actually play both sides. So like if I buy this, we have a chance of also getting it for the dark tiles, and we got one. So that pushed us both higher. So the dark is now 1.5 expected, the light is 3. So that means we're going to rack up points nice and quickly, but it costs 2 energy now to gain an extra roll, so things are already getting more expensive. What I want to do is upgrade the shop so we can get some potentially rare upgrades, which we didn't. But we got both white and dark there, so our max is 4 and 7. We're going to keep re-rolling, hoping for rarer and more multipliers. We're going to turn 4 lightning bolt into 2 more rolls, and we get to pick our next artifact. Maybe you like one color more than the other? No, unfortunately, thanks to this upgrade, we've got to play both sides. A great visit if Christmas presents and integer multiplication gives you a decent amount of dopamine. It really does. Given we have an artifact that has you potentially getting the other side, we should just always buy one side or the other, not these both sides things. Because buying one side or the other, especially on some of those rarer rolls, actually could be really strong for us. I need to remember to keep putting our rolls back on. We've got to go 1,500 spaces, and we've used up almost half our rolls so far. Should have upgraded the shop a minute ago. I got so caught up rolling. So we can add +1 to a single die face, which is okay. This would normally be good. It means we'll get more light than dark tiles, but we'll have an equal chance of probably getting that for the other side, so that won't actually be a benefit. What we need are multipliers. Multipliers are all I want. The next shop upgrade is 500, so it's expensive. We're not really getting a lot of good rolls here, so we'll just take like that. We get the dark counterpart. Might have to upgrade the shop again, because we are really not getting lucky with any of this, and we didn't get the counterpart to that one either. This one is better. At least we'll get a multiplier going. It would be better if it's strictly for one side, because we'll likely get it for both anyway, but beggars can't be choosers. Also going to turn that into more rolls again, down to 40 rolls. We hit our Christmas present, 5% chance to get a multiply tile, multiplying all tiles in that roll by 2. That's actually really big, because I think that can trigger multiple times. It's rare that it does, but when it does, you get double points. So there we go, we get a nice multiplier, and we didn't get a multiplier there, but we're going to keep looking for them. Okay, we're suddenly down to 30 rolls, and we're not finding the multipliers we need. I don't really want to upgrade the shop. I want uncommon upgrades. I want rare upgrades, not these common boring ones. Finally, something we can start working with. There's a 1x multiplier. We didn't also get it for the dark. But now the whites can roll up to 40. Plus it can have that multiplier on it. Okay, there's another multiplier. It is 370, but there's all the points we need to get that. And we got the dark counterpart as well. So even the darks can roll up to 24, lights up to 50. So that's going to help give us lots of energy. That's going to help put our rolls back on and just get us lots of good old-fashioned points. And yes, this is absolutely as addicting as it looks. I was hoping for better, but we'll take a multiplier to both sides. We are down to 27 rolls left, so that's getting a little pressing. Hopefully we can start to put some energy back on. Our next artifact might help with that. I'm going to buy the dark side multiplier, hoping the light side comes with it, and it did. Now the lights can roll up to 80, darks up to 42. Apparently Spartans used to treat dice as if they were their children. Pretty sure those dice didn't have a very good life then. Everything's getting so expensive, but we are getting lots of points. I don't know if I should bother adding any more to the base. Nah, to be fair, probably would be good with all the multipliers we're getting. So we're going to buy a light. We didn't get a dark, but that put the whites up to 88 potentially now. We're also down to only 23 rolls at this point, so we got to be careful. Oh, we should upgrade the shop though, because that gives us even better potential upgrades, but also probably more rares. And it only costs 3 lightnings for 1 extra roll right now, so we really got to take advantage of that. Okay, I'm going to buy the 1x multiplier. We didn't get it for the dark, but the lights can roll up to 99 at this point. Plus the 2x multiplier that can roll several times. Okay, there's lots of multipliers we could potentially use here for both sides. It's just a matter of which one we want to start with. Probably this one, because it can also get the dark, but it didn't. There was a 40% chance and we didn't get it. But there's a good multiplier that gave us tons of points, so we're going to keep going up. I did just put all that energy back into rolls. This one is probably good. It's going to add 12 to light and dark tiles. It would be good if it was like 24 for one side, but that's fine. We'll just take it even across the board. So now our lights can go as high as 230, darks 126. But we definitely need to get more rolls going somehow. Every time you roll, another die is secretly rolled as well. Discard the lowest roll. Alright, so that's going to help definitely roll a lot further. But our rolls are definitely getting less, and it's costing 4 lightning bolts to get 1 extra roll now. So our rolls are going to start to run down quickly. But there's another rare multiplier for light side that also got dark side. So lights can go 253, darks 144. The next shop upgrade is 2000, which sounds like a lot, but that could really only be a few rolls. Like, there we go, upgrade the shop. There's another light multiplier that could hopefully also be a dark. You could add +6 to both sides here, which I think I kind of want because our rolls are getting low, so we just need really big numbers to hopefully make some magic happen. That was a really big roll, so that gave us some points. Light side, also dark side multiplier, very good. So now when we're rolling, that was 480 in a single tile. There's many more hundreds. I don't think I've actually upgraded my die like at all, because we could actually be getting better rolls here. But for now, we're going to take +6 to both sides. So light can be 348, dark can be 216. So it's actually not far behind. Now we got to pick another artifact route. Does your brain crave multiplication? It kind of does. We're already getting good like chance multiplication rolls. +6 on the dark. That also applied to the light side, thanks to our handy artifact. We're just going to keep doing our best to get more lightning bolts and put that back into more rolls because we're running out of everything quickly. Where there's another light side multiplier for 3200. We'll take that. Now we're up to 455 for lights, 300 for dark. Hopefully that translates into lots of rolls one way or another, which so far it is. There's a straight up epic that's going to add +8 to lights and maybe darks. Yep, 8 to both sides, 559 and 380. So we need things like that, especially if they can manage to hit both sides. 2 more rolls, gonna roll again. That was a big one. So we could maybe do darks and hopefully also get lights. Yeah, we did. So now 663 lights, 460 darks. And we got big multipliers, so that's hopefully gonna give us lots and lots of energy. And so far, it's given us 0 energy. Wow, that's a lot of rolls without gaining any energy. We're actually running out here. Yeah, that's actually it. We didn't even make it halfway, it fizzled out. Okay, this run, every 10 dark tiles we gain 3 energy. So as long as we can tip in the balance of dark tiles, we'll gain energy back, which means more rolls. So for now, I'm going to start converting all of my energy into more rolls because it's still fairly cheap and we can start to tip. So now there's a 55% chance to roll a dark tile, so that's going to translate to more energy. And currently 3 energy equals 1 extra roll, so we're going to try and milk that as best we can. Now we got a 60% chance to roll a dark tile. And that's soon going to go up again. So now we have a 65% chance to roll a dark tile, which means more energy coming back. And we need to do this right now as much as possible to take advantage of that multiplier. Then we're going to go this route. Not a bad idea to walk the Silk Road if you're looking for high quality products. I think that means upgrades. And we're also going to get a dark multiplier. So this can only roll up to 24 right now, but it was more so about gaining more rolls back than getting high numbers right now. But like it's 24, if we click even one, that goes up to 27, which makes a difference. Plus we have that potential multiplier always going off. And there's another 10% to the rare side, 10% to the dark roll side. So we have 70% chance to roll darks, which means tons of energy coming in. So our rolls are hopefully going to replenish themselves quite quickly. Wonder if we can get 100% to one side. It seems almost silly at this point to get more dark tiles, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to add another 5 rolls, so we got 20 rolls, but we have an 80% chance for dark tiles. 4 out of 5 are dark. Upgrades a shop once for free upon pickup. Oh, I wish I had have got that a minute ago. If we had bought that first, but that's fine. We get a free upgrade to the shop. Now the next one's going to be 2,000. Energy is also 4 to 1 roll now, but we got things like we can add big to the dark, so our dark tiles are going to go way up. And we're really rolling mostly darks anyway, so we can just forget the lights even exist at this point. There is a 1 times multiplier to the dark, that'll take it from 45 to 60 on the max roll. Now we just need a little bit of luck. Okay, we can add another +6, so we're up to 84 on the dark rolls, and there are a lot of dark rolls. And then we're getting pretty good luck with some rares. Would be nice to upgrade this shop, but that will cost 2,000. So we're going to need to earn some extra points first. We're going to add 6 there. Now we need 1,100, though we're running out of rolls very quickly. So we really got to keep going with some better luck than that. Okay, we'll multiplier to the darks. Now it's up to 135, and that's a frequent roll. Pumpkin or multiplication? Probably the pumpkin. It makes less sense. There we go. That was a real big roll. Okay, we're going to translate that back into more energy, rolls that is. Then we're going to buy another one of these to get us even more to the darks, up to 165, and that's going off frequently. Now we just need some more multipliers. We need a lot more multipliers. That was a 1. 1s are not going to be our friend. There's a good multiplier for 250, and it costs so much to just even reroll the shop at this point. Probably should upgrade the shop, but we're going to get another one to the darks. That gave us up to 198. We're running out of energy. We're definitely running out of steam really quickly, like we're just skirting above 0 rolls left. We keep getting rolls like that kind of push us forward just a little bit. But we did make it to the pumpkin thing. The shop only shows special upgrades, sure. I need bigger dice rolls. I kind of forgot that's what I needed from the beginning, so that could have saved us. Like there's an epic one, so all dice rolls are going up. So overall we're going to get more energy back. So in a way that could potentially sort of recover this. But it's pretty long odds. We just need huge rolls every roll. Kind of like that. I'm going to add 1 to the minimum because we just need more spaces. If we can cover more ground, we get energy back, which turns into more rolls again. And at the rate we're going, we can potentially actually keep this going. Oh, wait, that was it. 40 years later, we got a good run going with Golden Bat. Every time you roll more than 6, gain 4 energy. So I just need to turn the dice up so that it's always rolling more than 6 and I'll have unlimited energy. Pretty sure that's how that works. We'll force it until it does. Then when we hit the artifact spot, we're going to go for the lamp. Don't forget that 2 times 0 is still 0. Can't forget what you don't know. Then I'm going to take a gamble here. We're going to upgrade the shop and we're starting to get some good stuff already, including something that can increase the die. We're at 225. We've got 50 rolls left, but we should be able to start producing some energy, especially if we can start rolling 6s or better. But we're going to start saving up and turn things like a 5 into a 6. So then we roll the 6 the very next turn and we can milk that into more energy. And the lowest tile in every roll is now multiplied by 4. So we definitely need to get our low rolls up because our light tiles can roll 1.25 and that's way too low. So let's increase both light and dark and we're going to do that twice. Now at least if it's multiplied by 4, it's going to turn into a much bigger number. I'm also going to get a dark multiplier, so now it's expected as 12.5, but we really need this to add more to the die faces. So now we can roll above a 6, and that's going to get us easy energy. It actually finally worked. And then we're going to do that with our other 6. So now we got 2 tiles that can get us more energy, and we need that energy. I can't remember what the risk on this one is. The skull and crossbones seem to indicate that it's quite great, so we're going to go the safer route. But we're making so much energy by doing this because our rolls are getting bigger and bigger. And we can already add another one, so we need to work up a 4 to a 5, then a 5 to a 6. And these individual rolls don't necessarily have to go up if we get more tiles laid down. So overall, we're going to be okay. So this is now turning into a 6, and once you get 220 points, that's also going to turn up. Plus, we're just rolling a long ways with every turn. Look at it go. Look at all that energy we're getting. So this other 6 is now going to turn into a 7, so 3 of the die faces can now get us extra energy. So this extra energy is nice and all, but I am still going to need more die power for sure. But that was a multiple of 4, so that lowest roll multiplier is definitely coming in handy, except for there it turned a 1 into a 4. This one's nice. For every 20 light and 20 dark tiles gain plus 6 energy. We're going to need that because things are going to get more and more expensive. I'm also going to start to work up, this one is going to turn into a 2 at least, so then we never have to move only a short distance. We're down to 20 rolls left, but with the energy we're getting, that should be able to get us quite a ways, because there we go, back up to 17 energy, which gets us a few extra rolls. I'm also going to upgrade the shop for $500. Now we can find epics, although we didn't find any yet. And I should definitely do something about the light tiles, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think at this point I actually will just get one multiplier for the lights at least, because now it's going to be a little bit better. And pretty soon we'll be able to get better pieces, like we can already turn up our die again, so we can start, we can turn the 3 into potentially one that's going to roll more. Does your brain crave more multiplication? It sure does. And we got 18 energy again, so energy is stacking up pretty nicely. We're able to maintain sort of a lot of rolls going still, so what we need is to start getting some points over here again. We get a lot of 7s rolled, which is always fun when you're rolling a regular die. We're going to get a multiplier for both sides, and maybe that would also be a good idea. That way we get even better die rolls. So what one were we working on? The 4 turns into a 5. And we put the rolls back on, back up to 22 rolls, keep on going. We're not getting any alarmingly big numbers yet, but they'll certainly start to escalate soon. We're going to get another dark multiplier, so now its max is at least 60. And with the amount of tiles we throw down every round, we're just going to keep on cruising big distance. Also, we're going to turn this 5 into a 6 now, so one more of those, and we'll be able to have, whoops, most of our die are going to be 7s. Oh, there's an important one also, a plus 6 for the dark tiles. We'll buy that momentarily. So we'll tack that on there. We're going to re-roll the shop, and yeah, then we'll be able to turn the die up to a 7 soon. Dark tiles now have a 10% chance of doubling their value. That's going to be good. So we could potentially get a times 4 times 2 multiplier on a low roll. For now, we're going to turn a 6 into a 7, so now there's only 2 faces on the die that are 2, and the rest of them are all 7s, which is actually going to make a big difference. And then we're going to take a times 1 multiplier, so the darks are now rolling 55.5 average, 112 max. 27 energy, that's so much. I'm going to probably save up to upgrade the shop for 2,000, because then we can start getting epics, and epics are much better. And at the rate we're going, it's not actually going to take that many rolls to save up 2,000. We can get potentially that in a single roll. Okay, 2,000 spent on a shop upgrade. We're over halfway there. And epic, +1 to all die faces. That's a really good one. And it's straight up, the further we roll, the more energy we're going to get back anyway. So if we could just like infinite roll, we'll have basically infinite energy. And we're entering some kind of concrete cube area. But there's +1 to all die faces. So now where 3 is the lowest we even can roll. But for the most part, it's going to be that many, which means lots of points for us. So darks are now 73.5 on average with a max of 154. And that number's going to jump up also soon. So we're coming up on 900. We got 23 rolls left. And those keep replenishing themselves quite quickly. So we can put all that energy back on, 26 rolls. And look at the choices we have in the store. +8 for darks, plus a multiplier. So we'll start with the multiplier. Now it's an average 106 with a max of 224. Plus those can all multiply a lot. We're seeing lots of triple digits on the ground and big points up here. So there's definitely a few things I want in the shop. The first one being +8 to our darks, so 162 average, 288 max. We're actually gaining rolls at this point. Like we're up to 28 rolls now. What I definitely want is this epic for 2 more points, +1 to all die faces. Now the lowest we can roll is a 4. But 4 of the 6 die faces are 9. And we're about to cross the 1,000 mark, and we got 30 rolls, so I think we're in good shape. Here's when it's stupidly risky, but really, really fun. Golden die. From now on, double the value of all faces on your die. So we're going to be rolling 18, basically on average. But it takes us down to only 3 rolls. We can gain rolls, so that's worth it. Look at the magic golden die now. So hopefully we get some 18s and put some of this energy back on, although we were able to do that. So we got 4 rolls already. Okay, there we go. There's an 18 roll. That gave us enough energy to give us at least 1 more roll. Wow, look at how far we're going. We're into the galaxy. Okay, shop is getting upgraded. Now we should get some extremely rare stuff. There's a 6 times dark multiplier for 7,000. We definitely want that. So hopefully we just roll. That was actually a short roll. But there we go. There's a full-on 18 or whatever it is. We put on some rolls. We're making progress. We're getting so far every time. Okay, that gave us straight up like 1,000 points. I'm pretty sure this next one will too. Put some energy into points. And 1 more roll. Okay, there we go. We get a darks are going to go from 288 max to 504. It is also getting really expensive to put energy back on, so we do actually need really big rolls. But every time we roll whatever that is, 10 plus 18s, that's going to take us a long ways. Because it takes over 5 energy right now to replenish one roll. So this is actually getting really dangerous. I'm actually going to replenish here, hoping for something that can save us, and we didn't really get anything that's super exciting or helpful. We are rolling lots of 18s, but like it's so expensive to turn any energy into rolls at this point. I think we actually just killed our run. That was going so well. The golden die completely boned it. If we didn't do that, that would have been easy victory. And what feels like an eternity later, we have another perhaps even better run going. Because we have a 5% chance to multiply tiles in the row, multiplying them by 2. For every 20 light and dark tiles, we gain 6 energy. Upgrades in the shop cost 35% less, and every time we roll 6 or higher, we gain 4 plus energy. And look at this die. It is full of 9s so far. So basically every time I roll, it does this. We roll a whole bunch of giant value. And especially with these 2 times multipliers, we can often get 2 or 3 of them in a row, which is obviously giant value. So we're going to upgrade the shop and look at what we got. There's another thing to upgrade all of our die one more time, so we can already afford that. So now there's only a few tiles on the die that won't gain us energy. In fact, there's only 2 currently, and those are not going to last for very long at all. We're getting tons of value. Our lights are 240 and the darks are 392, and those are going to go up and up. And we're definitely gaining rolls as we go, so that's going to be a good thing. And we're going to spend a little bit of energy to re-roll the shop. There's another die piece, so all I got to do is roll once, and it's easily the value we need. So 6 are turned into a 7. Now there's only one side on the die that can't give us energy. The rest of them are going to give us everything. So we got 20 spins left. We're about to hit the 1,000 mark. We're going to get a 6 times multiplier. So that's going to go from 392 max to 686 on the darks. And this is where it went wrong last time. We're going to go with Master of Darkness this time. Double the value of all dark tiles. Upgrades in the shop cost twice, but that's perfectly fine. Because now they can roll 1372 without breaking it. So we have $18,000 in the bank just like that. I would love to find numbers so big that the game breaks, but I don't know how feasible that is. And it's going to take 10 energy to get us 1 roll. So I got to be careful how we do that. But it probably starts with adding 1 to all die faces. Now we've only got 1 piece on there that can't get us energy back. And I'm going to multiply the dark some more, so that could roll up to 2,000 at a base, and that gets doubled, potentially like quadrupled or 8 times. So I'm feeling pretty good about this one. There's a bunch more multipliers for both sides. We only want to do the darks. Okay, we're going to put +1 to all the die, so now every time... Wait, there's still 1 that can't. But basically every time we roll the die, we're going to get energy. And we need that for sure. There's 27 energy, so we're going to put that back into rolls. And more dark side power. The darks now can roll up to 2,500. And that's why we're getting some of these that are well into the thousands. I don't actually know if a +6 or +8 is worth it anymore. 2548. By that, yeah, actually that did add 400 in value, which certainly isn't going to hurt anything. And then there's a +1 to all the die again. So most of these are 13. That one's a 10. The lowest we can roll is a 7, which is absolutely absurd, especially with our multipliers. There's a ×2. I was hoping for 2 ×2s, but we did roll a 5,000 there. There's a single, so we got another 5,000. So in theory, the more we can roll the dice, like the farther they go, the more chance we have of a double multiplier. So we just added 2, so our average roll is going to be like 15 at this point. So the chance of a double multiplier is going to be much bigger. That was a single multiplier. It's kind of a shame we can't look backwards. There was definitely one there that was at least 5,000. We're going to add another little bit to that. So now we're up to 3,300. You know what? Let's turn that up even more. 4,000. The darks roll 4,000. So there's some 7,000 showing up. It took a long time to get this build to this point, but we got there eventually. So we're going to take another epic here and an epic here. So the darks can roll a base of 5,400. I want a double, triple, quadruple multiplier. 9,000 is not good enough for me. Was that a double multiplier? 11,000. We got an achievement for that. There's another thing to increase my dice roll even more. I think the lowest we can roll at this point is a 10. And that's insane. A 10. Didn't see any particularly big rolls. There's a ×2 and 2 times. There's a 25,000, 26,000. So that feels pretty good. Also, we have 313,000. This is going to be about the last roll, so we'll just buy whatever we can. Can't really afford anything else. Oh, we do get another roll out of this. 17,000. So it's over 10,000 for its max base roll. That's without any multipliers. But we're at the end. We claim our victory. So next time we can go on a journey to reach 2,500.